And welcome back to another video. I am Nasser Shaib, and today we will be looking over the NHL and NBA standings. We're going to start with the NHL, and we're going to be looking at the Atlantic Division and the Eastern Conference, where the Tampa Bay Lightning at 36-14 lead the division, Boston right behind them, Toronto and Florida as well contending for playoff spots. Detroit is a couple games out of a playoff spot. And we're stuff right now for Montreal, Ottawa, and Buffalo, just not going very well for them. Ottawa last year was actually one goal away from the Stanley Cup Finals, and now they're not having a very good year. They're 18-25. But yeah, as for the Atlantic Division, the playoffs are to start today. Tampa Bay, Boston, Toronto, and Florida will be in the playoffs. And in the Metropolitan Division, Washington, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, and Philadelphia would all be in the playoffs if they were to start today. Washington's 31-17. The Capitals are. The Penguins are 30-22. The New Jersey Devils are 27-17. And the Philadelphia Flyers are 25-19. Columbus, New York Islanders, Carolina Hurricanes, and New York Rangers would all miss the playoffs if they were to start today. And that's the Eastern Conference for you guys. Now we move over to the Western Conference. In the Central Division, it's Winnipeg in first at 32-13, having a terrific year. Nashville in second at 32-12, followed by St. Louis and Dallas, who would all be in playoff spots right now. Winnipeg, Nashville, St. Louis, and Dallas would all be in playoff spots. Minnesota, Colorado, and Chicago would all be out of a playoff spot. And a look at the Pacific Division. The Vegas Golden Knights are in first place. They are an expansion team. At 35-14, they're in first place, having a terrific season. Right behind them are the San Jose Sharks, Calgary Flames, and the Anaheim Ducks. Those four teams would be in the playoffs if they were to start today. And right now, the Kings, Edmonton Oilers, Vancouver Canucks, and Arizona Coyotes would all be out of the playoff spot. There's a look at the Pacific Division. So, pretty odd year as far as the NHL. I mean, all the division leaders besides the Capitals did not make the playoffs last year, one of which was an expansion team. Tampa Bay didn't make the playoffs last year. Washington made the playoffs last year. But look, Winnipeg missed the playoffs last year. And Vegas, who's an expansion team, is in first place. So kind of an odd year in the NHL. And now we're going to go to the NBA. So as you can see, the NBA a look at the standings. We're going to go over the Eastern Conference first. Boston is in first place at 39-16, 5-5 in their last 10. Right behind them in second place are the Toronto Raptors at 37-16. They're one game out. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Third place are the struggling Cleveland Cavaliers at 30-22, 4-6 in their last 10. Fourth place, the Washington Wizards at 31-23, 6-4 in their last 10. Milwaukee Bucks up to the 5 seed. They're 30-23, 7-3 in their last 10. Indiana Pacers 30-25, 6-4 in their last 10. Miami Heat 29-25, but just 3-7 in their last 10. And Philadelphia 76ers 26-25, 5-5 in their last 10 games. So the top 8 teams will be in the playoffs. Right now, Detroit, Charlotte, New York Knicks, Brooklyn, Chicago, Orlando, and Atlanta would all be out of playoff spots. So the top 8 teams would play in the playoffs. Right now, if the playoffs were to start today, it would look like this. Boston would play Philadelphia, Toronto would play Miami, Cleveland would play Indiana, and Washington would play Milwaukee. But there's still a lot of basketball to be played. And now let's go over to the Western Conference. In first place, not a surprise to most of us, the Golden State Warriors in first place at 41-13, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Right behind them in second place are the Houston Rockets at 39-13, who are one game out of first place, 9-1 in their last 10, nearly perfect. In third place, the San Antonio Spurs are 34-21, 5-5 in the last 10 games. And fourth place, the Minnesota Timberwolves at 34-22, 5-5 in the last 10. Then Oklahoma City Thunder in fifth place at 31-24, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Denver Nuggets are 29-25, 6-4 in the last 10. Portland Trailblazers 29-25, 6-4 in the last 10. And the New Orleans Pelicans 5-5 in the last 10 games, and they're 20-25. So right now the Clippers, Jazz, Lakers, Grizzlies, Suns, Kings, and Mavericks would all be out of playoff spot. And so if the playoffs were to start today, Golden State will play New Orleans, Houston would play Portland, San Antonio would play Denver, and Minnesota will play Oklahoma City. But still, there is a lot of basketball to be played. And that'll do it for this video, and I will see you guys next time.